Now we need to write a script to handle the data once it's input by the user into our feedback form and sent to our send feedback PHP script. Let's open up a new text file and we'll save that as send underscore feedback.php. We're going to start this script the same way as we did with the others, with a title and a header, so that we can return some kind of HTML page to the user once the data has been successfully added to the database, or unsuccessfully as the case may be. For a start, we need to check that all the data is there. Let's use a simple if statement, and this checks for empty variables. These logical not operators will say that if this field is empty, then this part of the statement will return true, and we separate each part of the expression with logical OR operators. So if any of the fields are empty, then this if condition will be carried out. Now we're not going to include the spam variable, which can either be set to 1 or 0, because in PHP the 0 value in terms of the if statement will read the same way as an empty field. Both of them will return false when the variable is evaluated. That will mean that if the user decides not to be sent any feedback, then if we added the condition like this, then the PHP script will treat it as if one of the fields was empty. Now, luckily, we don't have to worry about the workaround for that at the moment, because our database is set up so that if the field is not delivered, then it automatically fills in a 0 value for the spam variable. We need an error message that the user will see if they fail to fill in all the fields. And we can show this within our PHP script one of two ways. We need a hyperlink at the end here to send the user back to the feedback entry page so that they can try again. Now, we could echo all of this on one line, or on several lines if we wanted to split it up, but another way of doing it is to simply use an closing tag here and include all this text simply outside that part of our script. So in effect we create a little kind of landlocked piece of HTML, and then we go back into our PHP script with another of our PHP tags. Now, this is a matter of personal choice, and it depends very much on what kind of text we want to echo to the browser. If it's just a couple of words, it makes much more sense to use an echo or print command. If it's several lines like this, then we might find it clearer and easier to break out of our PHP script for a moment and then go back into it. It works in exactly the same way, however, and this text will only be output if this condition is true. So the next thing we need to do is to have an exit command so that if this condition is true, then the rest of the script will not execute, and we need to close that curly bracket that encloses that block of commands.